We are here at Turn 5 Fabrication and we just got a delivery in. Had to get both the forklifts out, borrow the neighbors. That's Cowboy. He rides bucking horses, saddle bronc. Anyways, so it says there was 5 packages, but there's only 4 here, or 3 here. I can't even count today. So we got that big unit there. It's about 10 feet long. And then let's see what's inside of this. Damn, they used $1,000 in wood just to box this thing up. No wonder why shipping was so much. Nargesa is a company out of Spain, and they have a distributor out of North Carolina. And this is the cc90 model. It's a 220 single phase. They also have 223 phase. And we are gonna go ahead and get this thing unboxed and see what other goodies we have in the other boxes. So let's go. Let's get this thing inside and try to get everything set up. Let's go clear up space.
What do you mean?
We all know that the shop is running out of space, so let's go find the space.
Let's do it.
We got some country stuff on. We're gonna have to end the video here because then YouTube's gonna do the copyright shit. This is a big old box. Like I said, 10 foot long. Big old box for such a, I don't want to say a small piece, but height wise, because you just got the head on there. But yeah, this is pretty cool. There's some stuff floating around in here. I'm sure I'll figure out what it goes to soon enough. But yeah, cool stuff. Got the tubing bender in the shop. It's about the area it's going to go in. Got our CNC plasma table. We do all the cutting and notching over here in this corner. This is our old tube bender that we've been using. It's an air over hydraulic, just 90 degrees, simple bender. Been using it the last 4 years. And but now, just get all the programs drawn up on this. Some stick engines here. Built 2JZ RB25. Some of you guys may know what these are. Some of you may not. But yeah, let's get the rest of this thing unboxed. So we're back again. We've got the machine all set up. I've done a couple test bends, and I'm really bad at filming all the in-between things. So we just jumped straight to getting the machine set up in the shop. The shop is a mess. It's always a mess. I've said that earlier. What's neat about this is our 2-axis limit. What it'll do is you can rotate. We gotta adjust the screws, but in 5-degree increments of rotation. So if you have a tube that comes out, you bend it, you gotta rotate it at 90. We can set it perfectly at 90 instead of trying to put an angle finder on it like we've had to do in the past. So it slides down the whole way. You've got your stops at different measurements, and those are also adjustable to where you need to put them. So let's go ahead and bend a piece of tubing. I've already figured out that we need a 1.9 to 2 degree kickback on a 90 degree bend. I say kickback, spring back, that's the word I'm looking for. And we've already got it set to 90 with our 2 degree spring back. We've got all our tooling set up. Nargesa has a really nice video that shows you how to run all the programming and setting the tooling. And we're just in manual mode, and we're gonna run a quick bend. We'll go ahead and just throw our piece of tubing in. Locking everything into place. And we're ready to bend. That was at 65% speed. We've got a nice bend with this is a 4-inch radius on this. Let's go check it. Just a little under 90, so we'll put it back in there and do some fine adjustments, just to adjust for the spring back on this. But, yeah. Here's another one that we did earlier. That one was just a hair over 90, like 90 and a half. But I'm really excited for this bender and see where we can take it. All right, Bradley, I'm gonna give you a demonstration on what I digged with this last night. I came up with a program, I saved the program, and now we're gonna run a program. So if you'll look at our drawing here, this is for our tube front. And this is our marking. So at the end of the tube, 7 inches, 21 inches, 33 inches is gonna get cut. And then our rotations and our bends. So we've got our tube all marked. We're gonna back that up. That's our end. Now you can do the markings to this line here. That's gonna be the start of the bend, which is 3 1/8 inch in from this end. I could change the measurements. It's just so much easier to see your line when it's sticking out here versus trying to look down. This thing is tall. It's chest height. I'm 5'9", 5'8", 5'9" if I stretch. And so yeah. So we're gonna lock our indexer in. So we're gonna go settings, our file folder, right there, S chassis tube front. So our first bend is gonna be 40 degrees. You can hit the info and you can see if there's any notes. Go to our second bend, 60 degree, our notes. You're gonna rotate it, angle C is your indexer there, and that's gonna be your rotation. So it's 45. In our notes here, we've got rotate left or right for driver passenger, rotate step 3 same direction as step 2. I'll show you what that means. So let's go back to our first bend, activate, and we're gonna go ahead and make our first bend. Put some lube on there. Always forget the lube. Boosting up our guide. Now we're going to go down to the next mark. Push that out of the way. There's our next mark right there at 7. We're going to rotate to the 45, which we have the pin out here so that the detent ball hits it. Here, click in. There we are at 45. And how I know that is from, you put it in the notes. Rotate 45 in between those bends, and the next bend 60 degrees. You could also see I have the notes on here, which, like I said, is your angle C. We got 45. So now we're ready to make our next bend. Let's lock that in. And we go. And it says 76 degrees on here. It just makes up for the start of the bend before it actually starts bending. So now we're on step 3, and if you look at angle C, it's 105 degrees. Loosen that up. Go to our next mark. So we did our last bend. The phone cut out. Basically, after we cut it at our 33-inch mark, which is our overall length, this is what we're left with, and it's the start of a tube front. The bottom gets shortened by an inch on these, and then the top gets fitted. Just depending, we leave it a little long, just depending on the setup that we're doing on the car. Basically, with that bottom being shorter, it's gonna fit just like that, and over. And then that's the start to the tube front. This is the same setup that I run on my personal race cars, and the same setup that I run on customers' cars. It works. It looks great. Let me show you how it looks. This is the start. So left and right match. My car is up here. Can't see it right now, but it's the same setup. That's our tubing bender. We're ready to put it to use. I'm excited, ready to see what it can do, what more productivity we can do, a lot faster, a lot cleaner. It's a lot more capabilities than our other bender that we had. So yeah.